Hey, howdy guys! It's time for another shirt. And this week's shirt is a Dragon Ball shirt. Ho ho! Hey, howdy guys! So this video is gonna be a little different than the other artist process videos that I've done. If you've watched the other videos that I've done, you know that I start talking, about the shirt and the whole process, doing that in camera. And I noticed that I was wasting a lot of time doing that because I had to, record the whole process of me talking about it and then record, the whole drawing process and then record me actually doing the shirt. And to be honest with you, after doing a couple of videos like that, I noticed that it's a bit excessive. So what I'm going to do now instead is just, narrate through the process and talking about the shirt and the idea, while you watch the whole process of the art, and I don't leave you with just music for you to see the whole process. I mean, if you enjoyed that, I'm glad you watched it, but I'm guessing probably a lot of you would just skip that part and just go to the end to see how the shirt looks like. So I'm just trying to make this less boring, more interesting for you to watch. And at the same time, just cut out, a lot of excess of the stuff that I record that I don't actually put into the final video. This way it saves both of us some time, So yeah, so this shirt, as you can see, is my tribute to Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is one of my favorite series that I watched as a child. Not Dragon Ball Z. I actually watched Dragon Ball, before Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z was after I was a little older, and that was right as I moved here to the US. So I started watching more Dragon Ball, the later half of Dragon Ball here in the US. But as a kid, the one played on TV was Dragon Ball, the original one, with Goku as a kid. And that series is definitely my favorite Akira Toriyama series. The style that Toriyama used for this series is a lot more endearing to me than the more modern, Dragon Ball Z look. Oh, that's like the official Akira Toriyama style that is right now. I'm a lot more into like his simpler style that he did, before Dragon Ball Z. And, that's why Dragon Ball is my favorite. Dr. Slump is actually like a second favorite. It's like right there, really close with Dragon Ball. But Dragon Ball comes out on top to me just because I have that connection, that I watched that series when I was a kid. And I never actually watched the Dr. Slump anime. I just read the manga. I bought the manga as I got older. So I never really know, Dr. Slump as an anime, more as just as a manga. But his comedy is just really, really funny. It's just so wacky and crazy. But yeah, Dr. Slump was like one of his first like serialized manga series, and his humor was like all over the place. It was so wacky and crazy, and it broke the fourth wall all the time. It was just really, really funny. I really enjoyed that kind of humor. And Dragon Ball still has that charm, that wacky humor that was present in Dr. Slump, back then. And as the series evolved more, it turned into a fighting anime. But like the first episodes of Dragon Ball is just like a big adventure, with Kid Goku and Bulma and Yamcha. And it was just the best. Like, it's still one of my fondest memories is watching Dragon Ball as a kid. And Bulma was actually my favorite character on Dragon Ball. Goku was a little too wacky and everything, so I really liked Bulma because she was a character you could kind of relate to, because she was kind of like the straight man, when Dragon Ball started. She became a little more wacky as the series went on, but she was kind of like the straight man. She was the one introducing Goku to the world, into technology and to how the world actually worked. So that's really cool for me. Especially as a kid too. I don't know why, but like I always liked the intelligent characters, the smart characters a lot more than the main character. So Bulma was kind of like that character in the beginning. She had her own personality, as a girl. She was kind of sneaky sometimes. And I don't know, like her character is just so really, really good. And her character kind of was like pushed to the side, as the series went on. And became more popular and a lot more characters were introduced. So I was really bummed about that because her character is just so much fun to watch. And the last thing I can remember about Bulma, being actually part of the series, was in Dragon Ball Z when they went to planet Namek, and then she traded places with Captain Ginyu. That part of Dragon Ball Z is one of my favorite parts. And yeah, I just love the humor aspect, of Toriyama's stories a lot more than the actual fighting. So with all that said, the shirt is a tribute to Bulma because she was like a really, really cool character in Dragon Ball. And I wanted to do my own take, of Bulma here. As you can see, I turned her into a skater holding a skateboard, and added a little of my style in there, put a little nostalgic flair into it, and I try to draw her in my own style here, as you can see, and added my own flair into it, trying to make her look more like she lived in the 80s and she was a skater, and yeah, I really enjoyed how this art came out, and it looks really, really cool. So this illustration took me 3 hours and 50 minutes. That is a long time. And especially at the end there, because I didn't know exactly what to do, which colors to use exactly, and the final effects to use. So I went back and forth a lot more in there towards the end. But I'm really, really proud of how this came out, and it looks really, really good. So alright, now let's go to the process of me actually, putting into the shirt. I didn't record the part where I actually print the shirt and where I cut everything out and all that stuff. I think that part is a little too much and a little boring too. So you don't really need to see that. So I'm just gonna skip straight to the part where I have everything cut out and ready to put it on the shirt. Okay guys, everything is cut out. Here it is. Here's the final. It looks really, really good printed. I bet it's gonna look even greater on the shirt. I really picked the right color with this one. I'm glad. And here's the sleeve art. It's just a balloon. This says Dragon Ball, just like it says on the original illustration. And here's the tag. So I'm gonna put this part first on the sleeve. Since this part is a little more annoying, I go with the more annoying first. And my dog is walking around over here. What's up, buddy? Huh? Look at that crazy boy. You crazy boy? Yeah. Alrighty, so let's go. Alright. Putting the hot paper in. Alright. Oh, it's looking good. Gotta wait for this to cool a little bit so I can pull it out. Okay guys, so here it is. It looks super awesome. Yeah, that's something I'm gonna wear, man. Okay, now time to do the tag. Now, if you've seen my previous video, I did the mistake of printing this with this tag still on, and it kind of ruined my tag that I had to press on the shirt. So this time I learned my lesson. I'm just gonna take this out first, and then I'm gonna be good to go with this. Haha. Alright. Oh, now I'm happy with this. Beautiful tag, man. What a beautiful tag. There you go. There it says the name, Dragon Ball Skater Hunter T. Very nice. Alright, now that I put the shirt back on, it's not inside out anymore. Now I set it up, I heat it up already. So now I'm just gonna straight put the shirt in, put the design in, and print this out. Woohoo! Alright. Now I gotta wait for this to cool off, and then I'll show you the final shirt. So alright guys, here's me already wearing the shirt. I am really, really happy on how this one came out. It looks so good. And here's the sleeve print. I think I did a mistake on this one. I wanted it to print out on the outer side of the arm and not on the inner one. So I think that's what I'm gonna do for the other shirts that you guys order. I'm gonna print it on this side instead of this one, but it still looks good. I mean, if I twist it around, I can still get it on the outer a little bit. No, not really. But I'm super happy on how this one came out. It looks super good. And the thing that says Dragon Ball over here and Dragon Ball over there. And yeah, guys, I'm really happy. Here's the tape too. This is what you're gonna get. You guys probably are gonna notice this is a little crooked too. It's a little more to this side than to this side. So I already fixed that on the other print. So I'm gonna put that into the stuff that I send you guys to. It's gonna look a little better than this one. But yeah, guys, here it is. Shirt done. I'm really happy on how this one came out. So yeah, so this shirt is already out on my website. If you go to www.ellygeh.com/weekly, you're gonna find this shirt there. But not only this shirt, there's actually 2 more shirts that's coming out today. So if you go to the ellygeh.com, you're gonna see 2 more shirts that they released over there. Those are 2 specific designs that I made for the Yeti, and they're based on the spooky enemies of Mario. One is the Ghost Tamagotchi, and the other one is the Skeleton Koopa Tamagotchi. And you can check those out too. Those of course are cheaper on the ellygeh.com. They're a different quality than my shirts, that's why they charge cheaper, but they're still pretty good. And it's gonna be out for today only on the Yeti. So if you wanna get them today is the day for that. This one's gonna be for a whole week, so you have until next Thursday. So thank you very much if you watched this whole thing all the way through. I really appreciate you. I appreciate your support on any shirts that you buy on either on my website or on the ellygeh.com today. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, have a good week.